every once in a while, the NFL owners get together for meetings just to count their money and also talk about important things. The big one is always in the spring and March. They had one recently, and at that meeting, Commissioner Roger Goodell was there, and he was asked many questions, as you might imagine, about the potential rules violation by the Patriots again in videotaping and what happened in Cleveland last Sunday when a production crew was seen filming the sidelines, I think, for 8 minutes straight of the Cincinnati Bengals, who, by the way, the Patriots happen to play this week. So Roger Goodell was asked about a lot of things in this, including whether or not their past transgressions, 2007 specifically, would factor into the decision, because the rules in the NFL state, if you do something more than once, we will have accelerated issues. From what we're hearing early is that the NFL is inclined to believe the Patriots side of events. The question then becomes, what do they do? Because I think if you just slap a fine on the Patriots, I think people will be like, okay, wasn't that big of a deal. But it becomes something bigger than that. I think the narrative of this story will get bigger. To me, the punishment, if any, that the league mandates down will sort of magnify or decelerate the situation here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a procedural discipline. Like, you did procedurally things wrong. You didn't get the okay from, the Bengals or whatever you didn't do technically that the Patriots, by the way, admitted to, and admitted they shouldn't have shot the sideline for as long as they did. I do think all that's going to happen is some sort of procedural discipline, which will probably be a fine.
Yeah, I think once they've gotten over that initial run of it's the Patriots, it's something that involves video equipment, we all react accordingly because that's still a pretty raw nerve all these years later. Once you get past that, you're right. This is probably going to skew something more towards that. And so the NFL in this needs to take advantage of the goldfish brain public that all watch the game the way we do and give us something quickly and then watch everyone move on.
Yeah.
Like coming down now and ruling on something, slapping a fine on it that the Patriots won't fight because they already came out and said, hey, we messed up in the way that we went about this procedurally, and the NFL then responding in kind would mean that everyone would be allowed to move on, and I have a feeling if presented that opportunity, they would all get back to football.
Yeah, the longer this drags out, the more it becomes a thing.
Yes.
So in my estimation, I would not be surprised if they made some sort of statement or ruling before this weekend's game.
I would agree with that, because you're right. The longer it goes, it's like, well, wait a minute. What are they seeing?
What are
they looking at? Why are they
exactly.
keep talking to people? Or what are they doing? I agree. I think this one ends pretty quickly.
Because there's already going to be jokes made this weekend when something inevitably happens in the Bengals game.
We've already seen on social media the helmet of the Patriots being made into an asterisk. Yeah. We've already seen a camera. Then that's ridiculous. I mean, stop all that stuff, because you know what?
Why? It's too much fun for people.
It's the internet memes. Don't stop memeing things.
But you know what else? What has stopped significantly? The fountain of information that is Bill Belichick.
Oh,
when this first came out,
when
this first came out, and I think I understand why he would do that. He was effusive in his explaining the situation. He did it in his weekly radio show on WEEI. He was very effusive in explaining the position that he had nothing to do with it on his weekly media call with Cincinnati reporters.
He broke it down so much you didn't need a follow-up question.
No, I think he's
there
done.
He is.
I think he's done. Yes. I think he's done. And quite frankly, if I were him, I would do the exact same thing.
What's he going to do? I mean, what more is he going to do but be Bill, right, at this point?
Just add another thing to the list. What do you need to get Bill Belichick to open up? Accuse him of wrongdoing when it comes to the video habits of his staff. Ask him about lacrosse, either college, high school, or pro, or bring up the PSI of footballs that might have been underdeflated and watch him turn into a scientist.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear that from his initial comments, don't tell me this was my staff, because it wasn't my. Because he did the line of demarcation. There is a 10-foot brick wall between the staff and those other people on the production side for the Patriots website.
Yeah,
and he's right.
Yeah,
because look, from everything we've heard, that's who they were, and we'll see what the NFL does. But again, I think the sooner the league rules on this, the better it is for everybody, because then it's just sitting out there stewing like potato salad in the sun. It's going bad.
Video people, do your job. Do it under the bus over there. Throwing you right under.
The only good part about it stewing is you keep asking Bill questions about it. You keep getting stuff
made a statement.
Like
I have nothing else to add.
I have nothing.
Oh, I got zero.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.